Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am Aurora, and today on Drawsome, we're doing something a little different. We're going to be doing block lettering, 3D block lettering. Now, you're probably wondering, what? That's not art. Actually, there is an art to it. And if you think that your handwriting isn't nice enough to be able to do this, guess what? You don't have to have good handwriting to do block lettering. It's literally using some rulers. I'm using a clear ruler so you can see the little marks on the paper and everything. So, yeah, using a ruler, a pencil, you might have to have an eraser, and some fine liners. So that's what we're doing today on Drawsome. So let's do this. So I'm turned my book so that it's lengthwise, because this way it's going to be too short. So it doesn't want to lay flat this way. But the block lettering, you know, it's like you're basically taking a block and turning it into a letter. So let's say this is, let's make this easy. It has to be the letter L from like lettering. And then you'd cut. So this would not be here. And this is what you have. So this is what we're basically going to do. And like the E. And all this would be gone. And it makes it look like it's been made out of a block. And none of this would be here. So that's basically what we're gonna do. So for just, we're just gonna do the word hello, which would be pretty much the easiest one to do, except for the O. The O might throw people a little bit, but it'll be okay. I'll talk you through it. So we're going to determine that our letters are going to be, let's do them at 1.5 inches apart, or 1.5 inches big. So there's the H, and then we skip a, let's say 1/4. And we have another 1.5 inches. That would be the E. And we skip 1/4. And let's see, 1.5 inches. We skip 1/4. That'd be L. And let's see, 1.5 inches. Skip 1/4. That'd be the other L. And then the O, 1.5 inches. There we go. Okay, now that we have that, we're going to decide, well, we'll just use these tick marks up here that we've already got. So just make a line. Now let's say, let's just make them just for this demonstration. I'm gonna make them as wide as the ruler. Okay? So it should look like this so far. Now I'm gonna draw a line down the center here, on the side, and down the side. Like so. Somehow I gotta get this book flat. It's driving me crazy. Okay, let's do it that way. We in frame still? Good, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to mark off our blocks with our 1/4 inch gap in between. And it's okay if they're not perfectly straight. I mean, if you wanted it really, really, you know, perfect, you could do it. It wouldn't be that difficult to mark 2 sets of tick marks, top and bottom. That way you can line them up. Okay, so it should look like this now. So we have our H-E-L-L-O. So we know that an H is going to be, well, first of all, let's draw our block lines. And we're going to make it going this way. So we're just going to make a little line there. And you can make these as deep or as shallow as you want. They don't have to be super deep. Like that. Now you got to remember too that when a block is behind a block, you're not going to see that line. And you're going to try and get these angled lines at the same angle. Everything's going to be going to the same direction. And we're only making these little lines here. How big? Yeah, they're only like 1/4 of an inch long. So I'm just going to go through here and make all my 1/4 inch block lines, show how deep they are. Oops. Yeah, there we go. All right. Then I'm going to go behind them and draw all the lines that go across the back. Now if you wanted to make like your own Christmas cards, or let's say you're making you know, just like tags for Christmas gifts or something like that along those lines, that's what this is actually really great for, because then you can like make everybody tags look the same and that sort of thing. Get that thing down. Where are you going? Okay. I don't know what happened here. Mine is too short. Just shorten that up. Here we go. All right. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to draw in the lines on the front of the blocks of the letters. So we know that an H will come like this. So we'll draw lines coming down and coming up, but not meeting. We'll have them stop because it has a crossbar on it, of course. All right, now any line at the top and the sides, of course, we're going to have to continue this on like this. Okay, but because this is seen here, we're going to bring that line down and stop like that. And then we're going to connect that corner and the side, so you can see the back side of the letter. So this now looks empty. But what about down here? You have to be able to see the side of this side of the H as well. So we're going to bring it down and connect it. So our H is done. So this is probably about as clear as mud right now. But I'm going to do the E next. And we know that it has this top portion here. So I'll just use my ruler. And then it has a bottom, or the middle portion of the E. And then the bottom. I know that's wonky. That didn't come out right. Thank God for erasers. So we're gonna move that up. That looks better. And then I'm going to come and connect this and this. And I'm going to bring this portion of the E, so it's like, so it's shorter in the center. halfway through. And then this portion will show, and this will show, but it won't go all the way. You won't see the back side of it, but you will see this. Like that. So we're going to do the same with the L, and then I'll show you how to do the O. Let me zip through these L's real quick. Okay, now we're going to do the O. Now, O's can be a little bit tricky. And what I normally do is I reach for my handy dandy compass. Because, well, first we have to find the center of the square. And we said it was 1.5 inches across. So that puts it at 3/4 of an inch. That'll be the center that way. Yeah, let's see. And 3/4 this way. So that would be your center. Right there. What's going on down here? Okay, so you find your center. You place the pointy part on the center, and then this pencil mark on the outside square. And you should have a circle inside of a square. Here we go. Okay, and then you want to do the center of the circle. And I've been making this everything about 1/2 inch thick. So, yeah, there's 1/2 inch. We'll do that again. Put that on the mark. Come on, get down there. There we go. There's our O. Now, for the outside of the O, because we have this, the outside walls of all the letters. In order to do the O, you could go back and use this. Or you could just kind of sketch it in freehand, kind of. Did I screw up? I'm trying to think if I screwed up. I think this was supposed to come up here. No, nope, I'm right. Because this will come up, and this will come over, and then back in, and then this will show that. I don't need it quite that much. This is one of those things where you can just kind of fiddle with it till it looks right. There we go. All right. So here comes the fun part. We're going to take our fine liner and we're going to go over the lines we just drew again. And I could probably do this freehand. I would suggest using a ruler so they're all nice and straight, but I can do this straight. Just freehand-ed. So you're going to keep all the lines you know you want so that they're nice and straight and blackened out. Okay, there's the H. I missed this line here, and that line there, and that line there. Now they're right. Sometimes it can get confusing as to which line is supposed to stay and which are supposed to go. And if you have that issue, you could always erase some lines prior to inking. And that way you end up only inking the lines. I mean, literally, you're not going to have this line here, or these lines here, or this line's up here. You see? So it's like, you can do that too, if you wanted to. I prefer to do it this way. That way I can tell, you know, if there's something that needs to be changed or something like that. Okay, and the O. All right. I can go back to the beginning. This is already dry. The ink is dry. And I just erase my construction lines. And there we go. All right. So, one more thing we want to do to make these really pop is we're going to go back and we're going to shade in the dark sides. So anything that's facing that way is going to get shaded. Not only does it make the front of the letter pop, so you pay attention to it, it gives it depth. And I would go inside here, and let's do the inside of the H as well, just to be on the safe side. So we can do the inside of the E's. And this side of the L. And I would use the same procedure with, you can use it with all of the alphabet letters. This is not just these letters. But practice, you know. Get those rulers out. And yeah. Because there's a lot of fun in this. I'm just going to come up halfway. Like that, so that it shows that this is a darkened side. Light's coming from this direction. Now, in order to complete that, if you wanted to, I would shade underneath here. And really make these pop, you know? Kind of lifts them off of the page. And this is just one way of doing just block, you know, lettering. This is not, you can do other fonts the same way. So there. That's block lettering. I know it's a little messy, but it's okay. I mean, if you really wanted to get in there and make all your lines, you know, exact and precise, you can do that. But then you can go back in and on the fronts of the letters, you can like put designs like flowers or whatever you'd like. I mean, there's nothing to hold you. I mean, the world's your oyster here. So, yeah, have fun with it. Do your name. That would be cool. You know, and you'd put that on your door or something like that. So, yeah, I hope you had fun with this. I hope you understood it. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave your questions in the comment box below, and I will answer your questions. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did and got something from it, and I really hope you followed along, because if you did, make sure you post it on Instagram and put the hashtag Drawsome Squad so me and Jen, my partner, can see it, and we may put you in next week's video. And until then, I will see you later. Love you bunches. Bye.